Welcome to the Motivational Medium podcast. I'm Anne-Marie Lord, a psychic medium, author, and the founder of the Motivational Medium Academy. On this podcast, we'll explore intriguing topics such as mediumship, psychic abilities, and the amazing idea that we all have intuition within us. Whether you're a believer, skeptic, or somewhere in between, get ready to unlock your extraordinary potential as we discover the supernatural world together. If you want your questions featured on the show, be sure to join my tribe by subscribing to my newsletter at annemarielord.com. Let's go. Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of Motivational Medium, and I'm Anne-Marie, your host. And on today's show, I thought it would be quite good to talk about psychic protection. Because on the last episode, we talked a little bit about setting boundaries and how we can keep our own energy, if you like. And rather than see spirits all the time or know things all the time or be woken up in the middle of the night. And I just thought that on this show, I would love to talk to you about psychic protection. Now, this isn't a frightening thing to talk about. This is just protecting your energy. That's all. Now, think about it like this. Have you ever gone into work or into a situation and you could feel the energy is quite heavy? And all of a sudden you start getting that nervy feeling in your tummy, or you can get quite angry and you don't know why, or you could even get quite sad and you don't know why. That's because your energy field is being infiltrated by other people's energy. So what I'm going to take you through today is some little tips and snippets on how to protect your energy really, really quickly. So that if you work in a heavy environment, if you're a police officer, if you're a nurse, a doctor, an ambulance driver, even a school teacher, you can protect your energy straight away. Because we work in an environment, even someone who works in a shop, if you're working in a big shop, like one of the big supermarkets, you could be in this shop and everybody's energy is coming in and out and in and out and in and out. And you're going to feel that. So this psychic protection can be done with anybody. Now, before I forget, if you go onto my website, annemarielord.com, straight away you'll see a pop-up. And the pop-up just asks you for your name and your email address. And then I'll send you a free psychic protection guided meditation. It's beautiful meditation and you might fall asleep to it. So use it of a night time. Don't use it in the car. And if you use it of a night time and you fall asleep, it's all done sublimely anyway. So it will go into your subconscious mind and it's all about protecting your energies. So let's see some of the reasons why we would want our energies protected first. So think about the environment that you work in. Think about, like me as a nurse, some of the times when I was a student nurse, I used to work in the medical assessment unit, and also I'd done a lot of work in A&E. That's accident and emergency. So all the people that used to come in and out of the department was quite all different levels of energy, really. Some people were quite excited because they were ready to have a baby. Some people, they usually went to maternity. Some people were really anxious. So most of the time it was anxiety and heavy energy coming through because they were frightened. When you turn up at the accident emergency department, you're usually in a frightened situation. So I used to go home and I would be physically, mentally, and spiritually exhausted. So when I went on this spiritual journey, I started learning tips and snippets on how to protect my energy. Another thing that I used to do, I worked as a palliative care nurse for 12 years and I used to go into people's houses. So imagine when you go into people's houses, and we had this in my home when my mum was really terminally ill. The energy within the house is quite heavy. It's quite sad. You know, people are anxious because they know they're going to lose this person, and the person themselves are usually quite calm. But there's a lot of energy flying around of all different ilk in them houses. So I needed a quick and easy way to protect my energy before I went into the house. And one of the quick and easiest ways I found was I used to ask Archangel Michael to protect me with his purple cloak. So I used to sit in the car and I'd say, okay, Archangel Michael, come in, surround me in your purple cloak, over me crown, under me feet, right round me, and know that my energy is safe and protected as I go into this home. Now you can use the same thing. You can ask Archangel Michael to protect you. Ask him to come in and Archangel Michael, protect me as I go into this situation. Archangel Michael, protect me with your beautiful purple cloak as I go into my job. Archangel Michael, protect me with your beautiful purple cloak as I go into this meeting. There can be lots of different scenarios and they can all be really specific for you. So that's one of the ways that you can do that. One of the other ways that you can do is I used to imagine myself surrounded in like this egg shape, this beautiful white egg. And I used to imagine opening it, stepping in it, and then totally protected. Under me feet, around me back, over me head, totally protected in white light. And that's another thing that you can do. And one of the other things that I also did is I used to wear crystals. And one of my favourite crystals was black tourmaline. Now, black tourmaline is a really good protector. So all the negative energy is said to go into this black tourmaline. You cleanse it, maybe every few days or once a week, and you charge it. Now, on one of the other episodes, I'll talk all about charging and cleansing crystals in more detail. But in this one, all I will say to you is I used to cleanse mine by running it under water, just cool water, running it under water, and imagine everything that's attached to it was going down the sink. And then I used to charge it in the sun. I'd put it out in the sun, and then I'd put the pendant back on. And that's one of the crystals I used to use. Citrine is also a good crystal to use because that one doesn't need cleansing or charging. So that's also a good one to use. One of the funny stories about using crystals is that when I was a nurse, I used to pop them in my bra. And I'd go and I'd do me day and I'd come home and then I'd go to get me shower. And I'll talk to you about in the shower, if you imagine all the water that's running through your energetic field and it's going down the plug hole, that's another way of cleansing yourself. But let me take you back a couple of steps. So I'm getting ready to get in my shower. I have these crystals in my bras. I take off my bra and the crystals fall out and nearly break my toes. I forgot I'd put them in there. So always be mindful that your crystals, they're in your bra, then watch for your toes, okay? So in the shower, use the water as well. That can cleanse the energy that's all around you. You can get a salt bath. I love Himalayan salt crystals. I use them sometimes to get a salt bath. But sometimes what I used to use, because, you know, we live in a quick, fast world, is I used to get a jug and I'd fill it up with warm water and I'd put Himalayan salt crystals in the jug. I'd wait till they dissolve and I'd pour the water all over my head, cleansing my auric field. Okay, so, and that's the energy that's around your body. That's your auric field. We'll go into all of this later on in more episodes. But what I want you to do is I want you to pick a simple energy protection and use it. Use the energy protection. Maybe use it for 3 weeks and just see how you feel. It's important to have your own routine, cleansing your energy field and charging your energy field. Now, I don't know whether you remember, I wrote a journal called From Shit to Shine journal. Now, when we cleanse our energy, I'll go back to the journal in a sec, but when we cleanse our energy and how we recharge our energy, I call it me reset. Sometimes, obviously, life happens. We're busy. You know, things can happen within your life that can cause you to feel really heavy. You know, you can have a bad day in work. You can have a bad week in work. And it all starts to get a little bit heavy. And I have a reset. And I want to teach you a reset. While we're talking about protection, I think it's an ideal time to talk about a reset button. My reset, when things happen to me in life, because life does happen, everyone's out there. A few weeks ago, my dog died. It was really, really traumatic and very, very sad. I love my angel. We'd had him near 16 years. And I was so, so sad. And I thought, okay, what is my reset? What do I do to rebound? What do I do to reset? And one of the things that I do all the time is I go back to my journal. That's where I was talking about the Shit to Shine journal. I get in bed of a night and I write down my journal. I go through the pages and that makes me energy start to come up. I wake up of a morning, I put my hands on my chest and I give thanks for 3 things in my life. I also do meditation. I'll bring in meditation. And sometimes I'll go and do yoga classes and I'll go and do reformer Pilates. These are my reset. So if you have one thing, I'm not saying go and take all of them and do a reset with all of them. It's great if you can. But I'm saying to you, bring one thing into your life as your reset. When your energy's feeling a little bit low, what's the one thing that you can bring back into your life? Is it a journal? Is it a gratitude routine of a morning? Is it going back to the gym? Is it eating well? Is it meditation? Whatever it is for you, bring it back and use it as your constant reset. My resets don't change. I know if I haven't done something, if I haven't been in the gym or if I haven't done my journal and I'm plodding through life and life's going great and then something happens, they are my go-to. That's my reset. So figure out what your reset is because, life can get a bit prickly sometimes, especially when we work in full-time jobs, especially if we've got kids, especially if we've got busy lifestyles. You need to find your reset button. And that's mine. My journaling, my gratitude, my meditation and my gym, they're mine. So, psychic protection. Now, when we think about psychic protection, a lot of people get a little bit scared and a little bit nervous of, what are we protecting ourselves from? Energies. That's all. We're protecting ourselves from energies that don't make us feel good. So there's no big fear thing in it. It's just some energies don't make you feel good. Whether it's spirit world or whether it's people around you. They don't make you feel good. So protect yourself. Okay. And one of the things I would say to you is when you have your vibration high, the spirit world that you connect with or the world that you connect with and the people that you connect with will be on a different level. So work on raising your vibration and the connection in the people alive and the people alive in heaven or spirit world, wherever you want to call it. Their connection to you will be on a higher vibration too. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So that's some things about psychic protection. Also, don't forget, one of the biggest things I do is smudge the house. Okay, I smudge my office and I smudge my house. And people often ask, well, how do you do that and what do you do it with? So I use sage. So I cleanse the house with sage. I burn sage. I open all the windows and doors and I burn sage everywhere. The other thing that is good is Palo Santo. That smells absolutely divine. And that's what I do with that. The smoke, fill the house up and then open all the windows and doors. And imagine that it's grabbing hold of all the bumpy energy that's in the house. Because you have people coming in your house all the time, oh, what about this? And I've had a great day in work and I've had a bad day in work and this, that and the other. So when people do that and they come into your house, always make sure that you're going to smudge the house. Okay, even your energy. We leave stagnant pockets here, there, everywhere of little bits of energy. Make sure you smudge your house. Use sage, Palo Santo. Yeah, they're the 2 that I use. Incense, that's another one that you can use. Just smudge everywhere and then open all your windows and doors. And that will help. One of the things I say as I go round my house and my office is, blessed be, always let there be light. Darkness flee, blessed be, always let there be light. Yeah? You make up your own little mini prayer, whatever you want to say. All right? But just have your own routine. Your own psychic protection should be as often as cleaning your teeth. Yeah? Whether you put them in a jar or clean them in your mouth. It doesn't matter. Your psychic protection should be as much of a routine as getting a wash and brushing your teeth. Okay? Because you're protecting your energy. And your body is energy. So it would help to do that, all right? And you'll see the difference in your vibrational energy. So now I want to go on to, if you haven't already done so, please join the newsletter so you can send me 1 questions and I will answer some of them on the podcast. So now I want to go on to answer a question from a beautiful lady called Elisa. Now, she sent me a message saying, "Hi, Anne-Marie, so glad and excited to start listening to your podcast, as I have been to a show with yourself in Perth and loved it. Thank you so much, Elisa. My question, I'd love answers, is will I ever find a life partner? My work lifestyle, I'll admit, hinders this travelling all the time, but being single now for nearly 9 years, multiple dates, I have not found anyone remotely close to what I'm looking for. Starting to think it's maybe me. I'd love your insights on this, as life is becoming quite lonely sometimes. If you don't get my question due to the volume you receive, I'm just excited for your podcast. Okay, Elisa. So your question is, will you ever get a life partner? Now, the first thing that I get is yeah. However, you also have to get out there. Knock down your blocks. Get rid of any emotional baggage that you may have kept hold of. I just feel like I am going outside. Oh, there's the success card. There you go. I need to get myself outside. I need to knock down these walls that I've built up. You talked about being busy in work. We can create them as like excuses. Even though you are busy in work and, the lifestyle that you have due to your job creates you to be busy all the time. And when you get home, sometimes it's like, oh, I just want to chill out and relax. But sometimes we have to all the time, we have to put effort into what we want. So what I would say is a simple answer is yes, there is a life partner for you again. However, to reach that, you're going to have to start getting yourself back out there, saying yes to invitations, saying yes to, friends that are saying, come on, let's go out. Yes, getting yourself out there, putting yourself in these situations. Now, I'm not too sure what this is, but I also feel like you've got an admirer. So there's someone already sitting within your energy at the moment, and I feel like they're an admirer for you already. I'm not sure whether this is to do with your work, but I do feel like there's an admirer within close proximity. So all you have to do is start putting out them pheromones that you're ready to accept someone in. Yeah. Also, I would say, I don't know whether you know anything about your feminine and masculine. So I want you to read up all about your feminine, okay? So I'm not saying you're masculine, not at all. When I done a little test on this for myself and when I had a little look into this a few years ago for myself, I actually sit quite in the masculine, which shocked me because I didn't really know what masculine and feminine was. And it's just about your powers and your energy is what you put out there. Okay, and who you've become. So I would say just do a little read up about the feminine, and I feel like that's what I'm getting shown for you to get you out there again. And yeah, so accept the invitations, watch out for the person that's still within your vicinity, very close by. And yeah, you have got a life partner sitting there just waiting to come in. All right, we've got to get rid of some of the old emotions. Step forward, step out, and step up. All right, lovely. Take care, and I hope that helped. And yeah, let me know how you go on. You'll have to email me. All right. So for anyone else who wants to have one question read on the podcast, please send me just one question through the newsletter only. So it's not email, it's not text, it's not via messenger. It's only email when I send out the newsletter to say it's time to take more questions on. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast. Look for the psychic protection within your own life. And if you haven't got a routine, maybe bring one in. Okay. And one of the cards that I want to leave you with today, this is for everyone, so it might be relevant to you. If you're looking at starting a new job or waiting for a contract to be signed around a new job or new adventure or something to do with your business, know that that paperwork will be with you within 4 to 6 weeks, okay? So I just feel like there's signing of new contracts and it's all around a job. So if you've needed a sign to say it's on its way, maybe this is it. All right, so watch out for that within 4 to 6 weeks, okay? So watch out for the new contract sign, and I do feel it's around either a business opportunity or a job. All right, guys, have the best day. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the podcast. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this show. It's important to note that while I'm here to inspire, encourage and guide you, I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist or a doctor. Join me again in 2 weeks for more captivating revelations on the supernatural. Remember to be in with a chance to have your questions answered on the podcast. Subscribe to my newsletter at amarylord.com. Stay in the tribe to vibe. I appreciate you guys. See you next time.